Welcome. Let's be very clear about what we're looking at tonight. This isn't folklore. This isn't fiction. This is a case study, an intricate blueprint of supernatural revenge planned with absolute precision and executed with pure horror. We're about to dissect a curse.
You will all die. These were the last words a woman spoke while she was still herself, but they weren't her words. They were a promise delivered through her by something ancient and very, very angry.
So let's set the scene. We're in a place of total comfort, a beautiful, luxurious home. And then, out of nowhere, Mrs. Shah is hit by this invisible force. An agonizing pain just tears through her chest with absolutely no warning.
And here's the truly terrifying part. 1 second, she is writhing on the floor in unbearable pain. The next, she's perfectly fine. The doctors, they're completely lost. There's no wound, no sickness, nothing they can find. Her body has become a battlefield for a war that no one can even see.
So that's the big question, isn't it? What in the world could do something like this? To get the answer, we have to leave the victim's side, and we need to travel to the source of the pain, to a place where the very laws of nature are being twisted and broken. To do that, we have to rewind. We're going back to a moonless, stormy night. The setting, a desolate graveyard where the rain is washing away everything, except for the sin. This is where the weapon was made.
On a night like this, buzzing with this dark energy, every single move is calculated. You've got this mysterious woman, her face hidden, showing up with the right tools. An old occultist is there, and he's already done the dirty work. He's dug up a corpse, one that's been in the ground for a year. Hair from the dead is tied to a doll. A piece of its own burial shroud is used for clothing. And blood, oh yeah, blood is the key. It's what gives this thing a dark, twisted kind of life.
You see, this isn't just some chaotic, random spell. No, this is a procedure. It's chillingly logical. The doll, that's the remote control. The reanimated corpse, that's the enforcer, the physical muscle for the curse. It's a whole system, and it's designed for one thing and one thing only, to inflict suffering.
And this is where the occultist lays down the law. He gives a serious warning. By bringing this thing back, the woman has locked herself into a pact that she cannot break. The monster she's just woken up is bound to her, sure. But if she hesitates, if she backs down for even a second, it will turn on her. The weapon has a built-in failsafe against its own creator.
So of course you've got to ask, who is this woman in the shadows? Who would go this far, bind themselves to a walking corpse, just to get revenge?
And here's the twist. The person behind all of this isn't some enemy from afar. It's someone who sits in their home, who celebrates their success, who smiles right to their faces. It's Rupali, Mr. Shah's most trusted business partner. The betrayal couldn't be more personal.
And the motive? Oh, it's whispered right into Mrs. Shah's ear while she's helpless. This isn't about business, it's not about money. This is a deep, personal, and completely twisted jealousy. Rupali is convinced that Mrs. Shah stole the life that her own mother should have had. And now she's going to fix that injustice permanently.
And now we see it happen. The direct link in real time between that little doll and its human target. The real attack is about to begin.
So, picture this. Miles and miles away, Rupali is holding that doll, and with a cold, steady hand, she takes a pin and she pushes it right into its chest. A symbolic act of violence.
But the effect is anything but symbolic. It is immediate, and it is brutal. Instantly, Mrs. Shah screams. The enforcer, that reanimated corpse, has found her. It slips inside her. Her eyes flash a deep, blood red. Her voice drops to this demonic growl. She is not in control anymore. What happens next, at the hospital, it's the stuff of nightmares. Her face literally twists into something that isn't human. Her eyes just become these black, empty pits. Blood starts pouring from her mouth as she lets out this ungodly scream. A scream so powerful it shatters every piece of glass in the room. And then, before anyone can even move, she hurls herself from the window, choosing death to escape the torment.
You would think that would be the end of it, wouldn't you? Mrs. Shah is dead. But for Rupali, that was only phase 1. Her revenge wasn't just for the wife. Now she turns the full, unholy power of that ritual onto Mr. Shah himself.
And so, we get to the final battle. It's a showdown between two totally different kinds of power. On one side, you have this relentless dark magic. Pins in the doll causing agony, the actual corpse manifesting to block his path. But on the other side, Mr. Shah isn't fighting with magic. He's fighting with faith. He starts chanting the Hanuman Chalisa, a powerful hymn, and creates a protective circle around himself with holy water.
And then something incredible starts to happen. It actually starts working. The sacred words are like a shield. The holy water becomes a wall of fire that this unholy thing can't cross. Mr. Shah's faith, pure and unwavering, is creating a spiritual barrier that the curse just cannot break. For the first time, this dark energy is being pushed back.
But here's the fundamental rule of this kind of dark art. That energy has to go somewhere. It doesn't just vanish. A curse that can't hit its target becomes a stray bullet, and it will violently search for the only other person it's connected to.
So burned and repelled by the holy water, the corpse lets out a shriek and just disappears. But it doesn't dissolve into nothing. No, it travels. It snaps back along that supernatural leash that connects it to its creator. It goes home, right back to Rupali, who has no idea her own weapon is now aimed directly at her.
And that warning from the occultist? It comes true. With the connection to its target broken, the entity is now in charge. It turns on the very person who gave it on life, and in a final, gruesome twist of irony, the monster consumes its master. Rupali is torn apart by the very thing she created.
Which really just leaves us with one last, chilling thought. The idea that you can control these kinds of forces is tempting, right? But when you create a monster born from death and fueled by hatred, you are never its master. You're just the first victim in line.